beginners back there. Welcome back to DIYNAT. I thought I'd actually show you what I carry in my everyday carry bag. It always seems to be a topic of interest to see what people have on them. Since I'm a DIYer and homeowner now and no longer a professional contractor, I don't have to carry everything I need every minute in one bag or in a minimum number of bags because it doesn't. The extra time it takes me to run back and forth to down to the basement or out to the car doesn't matter because time is not money at this point. So my goal is to have a bunch of separate bags to make it easier to carry and just have the bare minimum that I need for just basic things where I'm using on a pretty much daily basis. So let me show you what I got in this bag and what I carry around. So this is the Tough Built Tool Tote, which I did another video on, just to kind of give you a review of it. So let's see what I normally keep poked in, shoved into here. All right, first of all, I keep some gloves in here, and these just go down into one of the compartments. I don't use them all that frequently, and I also have two different thicknesses of nitrile gloves I have in here. So I've got some. I think these are 4mm. I shoved a bunch of them in there. I'm sorry, 4mm, not 4mm. And I put down some. Here is some 7mm gloves that are a little bit thicker, so hold up a little better when I'm doing various things. So that's what I carry in terms of gloves. And these gloves, by the way, are these are actually Husqvarna chainsaw gloves, and they've been pretty good. They protect your fingers, but they aren't so thick that I can't feel what I'm doing most of the time. Still have to take them off for finer work, but for like framing or something like that, I can wear them while I'm doing it. So if it's chilly out, I can actually keep these on while I'm working. So these are pretty good. I actually need another set because I wore these out, but that's what those are. And sticking with the safety aspect of things, I have a pair of bifocal safety glasses with the with the wings on them, so that nothing comes in the side, and you can see a little bifocal thing there. I got these off Amazon, and I cannot remember who made them. Oh, these are 3M, and they do have different powers. I have the readers on these. I have power number 2, so this way I can wear these and I don't have to keep swapping back and forth between my reading glasses to do close-up work and then the safety glasses for using the power tool. So, and I keep them in an old sock that was no good, a hole in the bottom of it, but it does help to keep them from getting all scratched up. Putting them in the sock preserves the life of them a little bit. So they will eventually have to be replaced, but when they get too scratched up. But at least for now, that keeps them going for a while. Yeah, I got some. I did another video on these. I got these railer bit holders, and what I do is I put these on one end. I put them into clip them onto the bracket here that's holding the carrying strap on them, and mostly I have these loaded with Milwaukee bits because I've had good luck with those. So I just put those two in there, and then if I'm doing a job and I need them, I just pull them off there and take them with me, or stick them in my pocket rather than carry the whole thing with me. We got pliers. I got an end nipper for pulling nails mostly. Stick that down in there. A pair of needle nose. And I got these two Knipex adjustable pliers, and I've done videos about them before when I bought them. So these are coming very handy, and I keep them with me. And I have larger channel locks and larger other types of pliers in my auxiliary box, which I'm going to cover another time. So that's the pliers. Carrying a 4-in-hand file. So this has a rough and a smooth file on each side. One flat, one has a slight curve on it, so that comes in handy. I'll put that down in there. And I've got a chuck box. I keep that down in the bottom. I got a metric and a Freedom Unit hex key sets. So I stick them on the end. Don't use them very often, but they're good to have hanging around there. And let's see, I've got paint can opener-upper thing, so I just stick that down in this pocket here. On this side I got a whole bunch of pockets here, and this is where I keep the screwdrivers. So I put them in there, and I've got one wider and one narrow and slotted with a long shank on it. And then there's two different sizes of Phillips. Stick them down in there. And then all my pencils and stuff go down into this pocket here. I've got regular pencils. I got two mechanical pencils, which I've covered in another video, and a fine line Sharpie, and just a old carpenter's pencil. I don't use that very often, but stuck it in there. And basically the regular pencils are just for backup in case I forget to bring the leads for the other one. Actually, the two that are the two mechanical pencils, I stick them up in this other pouch here, and the bottom pouch is all these other kind of loose items. I got my Milwaukee quick opening utility knife, and this one has a little screw thing on the back of it in case you need to screw something together. So that goes next to the pencils. And I carry this little bitty straight screwdriver because it has a magnet on the end of it, so occasionally that comes in handy. I don't use that too often either. And a Milwaukee flashlight, one of these thin ones. I stick that down there. Use that quite frequently. So that goes in there. Let's see what else we got on the outside. I think that might cover all the outside stuff. And I got a few nail sets that I'm putting down in here, and this one is kind of a funky one. I got this a long time ago from Garrett Wade. I don't know if they're even still in business or not, but they had to, apparently it's a Japanese design, and instead of holding you kind of hold it and hit it with the hammer this way, and it gets your fingers out of the way of the hammer, which is kind of nice. I don't know if they make them anymore, but it's a nice thing. I bought that like 25-30 years ago, and it's still going strong there. So that's basically the pockets on this front edge. Oh, I also put in there's two sets of nut drivers for the impact gun, and these have I've got a communist units and a Freedom Unit one, and I stick those down in there also. They go down in the front there. So they come in handy once in a while, and by having them on, I don't need to carry a lot of wrenches and stuff inside. We got a few more items. I'll keep my box of drill bits in here. These are the twist drills, the Milwaukee twist drills, and I've got this set of this little icon set with various driver bits on it and a little ratchet. So that comes in handy, and this will also drive those nut drivers. I can use that as a T-handle for those nut drivers if I need it. So that goes down in there. And I got a pair of scissors. I can put that in there. And I have the Milwaukee folding jab saw in there. And rather than carry I used to carry a little Japanese hand saw with me, but and a hacksaw. So this kind of replaces that. I just keep a couple of extra blades, a couple for metal cutting and one for wood cutting, and I just leave that in there. So that's in one of these pockets. That's not that pocket. So that goes down in there. And then I have a couple of small pry bars. This one's real nice. This is an S-wing. It's got it's forged. It's really a neat little tool, so I keep that around. Constantly using that, and I got another one there for just a trim pry bar, and you never know when you're going to want to move something, or even if you're not taking something apart, just having those pry bars sometimes just to move something or adjust something while you're working is very helpful. I have one chisel which is reasonably sharp, one wood chisel which I can use if I need it. So that goes down in there. Having multiple multi-tool type of scrapers. So there's a scraper on one end, putty knife, and that's actually a tool to caulk, rather do glazing on windows. So I keep that in there. It's always good to have a putty knife. You never know when you're going to need that. So that goes down in there. Actually, I put that in there, and let's see what else we got. I got I have a separate electrical tool bag, but I carry the outlet tester with me, and I stick that down in there. Just occasionally need that. I have an extension for the impact gun, so if I need to get deeper into something, I can put a drill bit or something on the end of it, or a driver bit, and that's a Milwaukee. So that goes down in there. Let's put that in. Doesn't stick up so much. I have a flat pry bar, which I frequently use. And again, that's in this bag. It's more for just kind of adjusting things than it is for taking things apart, but occasionally it comes in handy. Carry my 20-ounce S-Wing framing hammer with me, and let's see what else. I have a torpedo level. It's magnetic on one side, so I have that in there, and I carry one spare battery for the impact gun and a Milwaukee impact gun with a battery on it. So that takes up most of the, fits in there pretty good. And on the one end I have a clip here, one of these quick disconnect clips things here, and I put my framing bag on there, and that just stays right on there. My tape measure goes in there, and the framing square, and there's room for other things which I'm not using, not putting anything else in there right this minute, but there's room for other things. Actually, what I will do, when I think about it, is let me move the chalk box up here. There we go. Makes sense to put that there. So that's good. So that's basically the stuff that I carry around, and sometimes I change it, sometimes I make adjustments. I carry things, I'll put things in and out, but basically that's what I carry in the bag. And one last thing I have, this is a wristband with magnets in it, so I can put this on while I'm disassembling something, or I need to have some screws or something with me, and I stick it on me and put the screws and stuff on this while I'm working. So I keep this latched. I keep this latched. I keep it wrapped around the handle up here. It's a convenient place to put it. So that's the last thing on here. So it's not light, but not brutal either, and I can take off the framing bag any time I want to, and that'll lighten it up. So this is stuff I use on a fairly continuous basis. So stuff I normally do around the house, like hang a picture, put a screw in something, fix something that's loose, door handle or whatever. I got the screwdrivers, I got the pliers, I got everything else I need. So probably 95% of the time when I need to do something, I'd grab this and I'd have everything I need in the bag. So that's what I do. Other people have other opinions. I could probably lighten this further, and I may do so. I'm going to buy another one of these bags to handle my overflow stuff. Right now they're in the toolbox, but so I'm probably still carrying stuff around that I probably don't absolutely need to have in this bag. I can probably lighten it further, but for now this is what I'm carrying. So thought you might be interested, so thanks for watching as always, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you next time, and you take care of yourselves.